The Kia Niro EV gets 280 miles of real-world range in Edmunds testing. It is the final model year of the most overlooked EV in America. It also loses $23,439 in 5 years on a $41,195 purchase price. All three of those things are true at the same time. Here's what the math actually says. I am average EV Joe. Like and subscribe, no hype, just the math. Let's get into it. Most coverage of the Kia Niro EV centers on one complaint: slow DC fast charging, 85 kilowatts maximum. That is the ceiling. The Kia EV6 charges at 350 kilowatts. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 charges at 350 kilowatts. The Niro EV charges at 85. For road trips relying on public DC chargers, that gap is real and it matters. But here is what gets buried under that complaint every time. Edmunds ran their real-world range test on the Niro EV, not the EPA number, not the manufacturer claim, their own test at real highway speeds. 280 miles, the EPA rates it at 253. Consumer Reports got 239 in their highway test. Edmunds got 280. Almost nobody is telling that story. At $39,700 before destination, $41,195 all in with the $1,495 destination fee. The Niro EV costs about $1,200 more than a base Tesla Model Y at $39,990. The Model Y outsells it by a ratio that is not close. The Niro EV has no waiting list, no hype, no viral moment. It just gets 280 miles in the real world and almost nobody is buying it. The answer is both, and it depends entirely on which version of this car you are buying. The depreciation number is where that answer starts. iSeeCars analyzed over 15 million vehicle transactions. The Kia Niro EV depreciates 57.1% in 5 years. On a $41,195 purchase price, that is a resale value of approximately $17,033 after 5 years. The dollar loss, $23,439. The average EV loses 57% in 5 years. The Niro EV is in line with the category, not a disaster, but not an outlier. Here is the context that matters. The Niro EV is losing half its value in a market where newer competitors offer more range, faster charging, and in some cases, lower prices. The Chevy Bolt at $26,500 undercuts it by nearly $15,000. The Tesla Model Y at $39,990 costs less and outsells it by a ratio the Niro EV cannot close. The depreciation is not a quality problem. It is a market positioning problem. Outpaced on charging speed, undercut on price, the market has noticed. Which version of this car you are buying is the only question that matters. The depreciation math tells two completely different stories depending on whether you are buying new or used. Here is what both of those stories actually look like with the numbers. Buying the Niro EV new at $41,195 and owning it for 5 years. Fuel savings versus a comparable gas compact SUV at $3.85 per gallon and 30 miles per gallon. At 15,000 miles per year, the Niro EV costs roughly $756 in home charging at 18 cents per kilowatt hour. That gas car costs $1,925. Annual savings, approximately $1,169 over 5 years, roughly $5,845. Depreciation over the same 5 years, $23,439. Net cost of the depreciation after you subtract the fuel savings, approximately $17,594. The fuel savings do not close the gap. They reduce it. They do not eliminate it. That is the math on buying the Niro EV new. Now run it on the used car. A 2023 Niro EV with typical miles is currently selling in the low to mid 20,000s on the used market. Call it $24,000. The first owner absorbed roughly $17,000 of that depreciation curve for you. The 10-year powertrain warranty transfers. The battery holds, the range does not change. A well-maintained 2023 Niro at $24,000 with verified battery health is a fundamentally different financial proposition than a new one at $41,195. That is not the same car. And the comparison to everything sitting next to it on the lot is where the final picture comes into focus. The Niro EV sits in one of the most competitive segments in the market. Chevy Bolt at $26,500, Consumer Reports reliability. Third best of any EV in their 2026 survey. 259 miles EPA range, $14,695 cheaper than the Niro EV base. Tesla Model Y at $39,990. Consumer Reports most reliable new EV in 2026. 321 miles range, nationwide supercharger network, $1,205 cheaper. Kia's own EV6 at $34,000 base, 800 volt charging at 350 kilowatts, 274 miles on AWD. Same brand, faster charger, less money in some configurations. What the Niro EV offers over all of them: 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty. The longest of any EV in this class, no iCCU component. It sidesteps the platform failure that affected the EV9, EV6, and Genesis G560. 253 miles EPA, 280 miles in Edmunds testing. A smaller, more maneuverable footprint than any of its main competitors. And it is the final model year, 2026 is it. After this, Kia moves on. The Niro EV is not the best EV you can buy. It is the most underrated one. And those are different things, so who should actually buy it and who should not? Who the new Niro EV is for. The buyer who charges at home every night, whose daily driving stays under 250 miles, who values the 10-year warranty and wants no iCCU risk, who plans to own it 6 to 18 years for the fuel savings to compound, and who does not need AWD or fast public charging. At around $39,700 to $41,195 for a final model year EV with these specs and this warranty, the math is not obviously wrong. Who should buy it used instead? Anyone who wants the Niro EV experience without absorbing the first 3 years of depreciation. The 2023 and 2024 models are in the $20,000 to $25,000 range on the used market right now. The first owner took the steepest part of the curve. The battery holds up, the warranty transfers, the range does not change. Who should skip it entirely? The buyer who road trips regularly and relies on public DC fast charging. 85 kilowatts against a 350 kilowatt network is a meaningful difference on a long drive. The EV6 charges 4 times faster at roughly the same or lower price in some trims. And anyone who wants AWD, the Niro EV does not offer it. It never has. Remember where we started. The Kia Niro EV, 280 miles in the Edmunds real-world range test. $23,439 in 5-year depreciation. The most overlooked EV in America. 2026 is the final model year. All of those things are still true. New, the math says, understand what you are absorbing before you sign. Used, the math changes completely when someone else already absorbed the steepest part of the curve for you. If this gave you a number, the dealership was not going to put on the sticker. Hit like and subscribe to Average EV Joe. No hype, just the math. Drop a comment. Do you own a Niro EV? Considering one right now, tell me what your experience has been. Check out my latest video right here. I will see you in the next one.